Hello, welcome back to the High Button Podcast.
Allons, bienvenue au haut bouton. Go ahead.
Today is June, I think it's the 12th, 11th, episode 52.
52.
We just finished
big number.
watching the Stanley Cup Finals.
Let's have a round of applause for
the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins on your tremendous season. So what happens now? What do? They go in the room, they get hammered.
Yeah.
Then what do? They go back to the hotel?
They're not. I don't think they're. They don't think they have to do everything as a team because there are people there with their families. Then there's the young guys.
Yeah.
I bet you they start off together and they just go their separate ways.
The younger guys go to the club. The older guys go hang out with their family. They get so maybe I don't know. I think they all go out as a team.
It's what it probably is.
What?
There's probably a get together at the hotel. They all hang out together.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they get like a boardroom with a bunch of beer, champagne.
And as it goes on, they as the night goes on, they some of them will go out and some won't.
Do you think they'll get booed in a club in Nashville? Do you think they'll be accepted?
That was a very unclassy show there.
Yeah, they were throwing some stuff on the ice there. Some pissed off people.
I understand they were upset with the officiating, and they have every right to be because that was brutal. But the game's over. The team's trying to celebrate. You're yelling.
Yeah, you got to show a little bit of class. And you're also like, there's adults there, right? You're a grown-ass person. What are you doing throwing things onto the ice? I understand you live in Nashville and you don't get that many championships or that many exciting events going on. I completely understand that. Yeah. You live in Nashville.
But, I mean, come on. You're fucking 40 years old throwing bottles on the ice. Just go home.
The NHL needs to fix the whole pregame Stanley Cup. It's garbage. They're the country. What was his name? Brian. It was some country guy playing on the roof, and he was playing like a slow jam country song, trying to pump up 5,000 people on the street.
He's on the roof.
Yeah, he's on the roof, and the people are on the street. It's like, and he wasn't even facing the people on the street. But it's been like this forever. Like the NHL, they love rock and roll. They love it.
Oh yeah,
it's rock and roll. The Sum 41, the Tragically Hip. Not that there's anything wrong with the Tragically Hip. I like them, but their whole.
It's not pump up music. Put it that way.
No, it's just they love sticking with the 1980s, 1990s music to get a pump up. They love country. I'm sure they're happy that it's in Nashville.
I hate when they'll make for a promotion. They'll do a country song, but it'll be about hockey.
And every single it's always it started out at a rink in the backyard.
They try to get all emotional.
Yeah, in the rink in 40 below degree weather. It's like, what are you talking about?
And Tim Hortons started doing those commercials too.
Yeah,
it's like, stop trying to key into people's emotions. It's
hockey and it's now. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan now. NBA has fantastic advertisement.
Yeah,
they have great. Well, it's mostly because of the music. And because of the movements of the players, the dunking, the alley-ooping, the dribbling. It's cooler to make a basketball commercial. Actually, no, let me say that again. It's easier to make a basketball commercial look cool than it is to make a hockey commercial look cool.
Yeah, I get that. I wanted to touch on people the game was in Nashville, but the Pittsburgh arena was full of people watching the game. What are you doing? Go home. You have a TV. What do you put your jersey on? You got to get tickets. You got to wait in line.
These people have nothing better to do with their lives. It's one. Even if you do have something, even if you don't have anything better to do, and you do go to the game, think of the repercussions after the game. You got traffic. You got gas going there, gas going back. You got crowds to go through. There's so many things that you have to get through on a day-to-day, on a trip like that. It's just not worth it. Especially no one's playing. You're just watching a TV. You go watch the TV on your house, at your house.
And yeah, but you have the comfort is at home. You go to the rink to watch the game, but there's no comfort. I just thought of something though.
More expensive beer at the rink. Okay, keep going.
But do you think there's a big party going on down there
in Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
definitely. The whole city's going nuts.
You know what? Maybe for a deciding game like that, and you might be able to party with 20,000 people. You know what I mean?
Well, I just remember even when the Jays made it to the final, or did they? No, they didn't make it to the World Series. They made it to the whatever division finals, and I remember they won. And the Halifax was going crazy because they represent Canada, right? Even when the Mooseheads won in the Memorial Cup, everyone just got hammered. It was a great time. I feel that's the same thing with Pittsburgh right now. They're going insane. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. It's automatically acceptable to be hungover tomorrow in Pittsburgh.
Oh, absolutely.
Do whatever you want.
Absolutely. I think it's acceptable for me to be hungover tomorrow at work.
Well, yeah, I agree. We definitely had a part of this win. I cheered them on. I watched every game. There's Phil Kessel right there getting the champagne.
Oh, Phil.
That must be amazing for him, eh? 2 cups, leaving Toronto. A big old fuck you to Toronto.
Yeah.
And a big old smile on his face. He doesn't even play hockey in the summer. He just plays golf and poker. And then he gets 2 cups. That's the recipe, people.
Yes.
Golf and poker.
And I did feel bad for him. Because
for who, sorry?
For Phil.
Yeah.
Because from Boston to Toronto to Pittsburgh, his stats have been nearly identical every year. He is the same player every year, and he just has different expectations wherever.
Were they the same in Toronto?
Yeah, he was scoring 30 goals a year. You know what I mean?
But he's not. He's not the guy to go. He's a great role player. He's a great guy to put up the numbers, but he's not the leader guy.
No,
but he's a great guy to have on the ice. I agree 100%.
Yeah, and it's like, what did Toronto expect when they got him?
To bring him a cup? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's insane.
Sorry, Toronto, you're not going to get a cup with Phil Kessel.
No, you're not.
And then that's where the whole media comes into play, especially Toronto media. This is the guy that's going to win you the cup. This is the guy that's going to bring you 50 goals a year. This is the guy that's going to make sure that you win consistent cups 3 years in a row. It's like, are you hockey experts? Do you know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
The man that plays golf and poker in the off season is going to bring you expectations are just too high.
It's I don't know, like even just looking at him, you're like, he's not going to bring you a cup.
Well, if you look at the man and you see the way he performs on the ice, it's a physical mystery.
Yeah,
his physique is.
He defies physics.
He defies physics. He looks like a beer, poker, drinking golf player. He looks like Phil Daly of the NHL.
Phil Daly,
not Phil Daly. It was the golf.
John Daly.
John Daly. He's the John Daly of the NHL. I don't know if he smokes cigarettes, but
Phil does.
If there was a picture of Phil smoking a cigarette, that would blow up the internet, right? There'd be memes left, right, and center.
Yeah, I can't picture him not smoking cigarettes.
He's definitely smoked a cigarette.
Google it. Phil Kessel smokes cigarettes, or just write cigarette. I don't know.
I'll put smoke cigarette. No, there's definitely no picture of it. We got Dion Phaneuf smoking a cigarette with it's hard to say who that other guy is. That's Dion. I don't know who this is though.
That looks like.
Do you ever see the Carey Price smoking a cigarette?
Everyone knows he smokes cigarettes.
Oh, who's it? Because there's Dion, and who's this guy here? Alexander Semin. Okay, that's
why are they hanging out?
I don't know. All NHL guys hang out in the off season.
Go up.
What am I clicking?
Oh, I thought that was Sid.
There's a couple pictures of Sid partying. I really don't care.
Really? Yeah. Well, yeah. Who cares? Whatever.
Do you ever see the Carey Price picture of him with a cigarette and a beer? You have a good story about that. I don't know where you heard it. Do you want to tell it about?
Yeah, about old Pricer, the greatest goalie potentially ever.
Well, I don't know. He doesn't have any Stanley Cups. Murray has 2 big fella.
Yeah.
What do you think? Go ahead. Tell the story.
Yeah. So a friend of mine was out drinking in Montreal on a game night. So the night before a game, Carey Price was outside just hammering back cigarettes, like chain smoking, and he speaks in third person. He's like, "Carey wants another beer." Hey, grab Carey a beer.
That's amazing. I'd probably do the same thing if I was in his skates. Same thing.
What did you just look up there?
I just went to NHL.com. Just a bunch of pictures of Sid celebrating.
Okay.
Montreal's a dangerous city to party in if you're on the Montreal Canadiens, though. Everything you do gets put out there. It's not that big of a city.
Montreal?
Well, I guess Montreal is a big city, but if you play for the Canadiens, everywhere you go, there's going to be pictures being taken of you, stories being told about you. You got to be, I guess not even as a Montreal Canadian, I guess every single professional sports franchise. I guess for the LA Kings, maybe not, because they're just the Kings. No one cares about hockey in LA. Yeah. So I guess maybe that I'm wrong. There's definitely some teams out there that you're safe
I have a problem with when they say the Stanley Cup is the hardest trophy to win. Where do you get off making a cut?
Yeah, they do say that.
What makes it tougher? You're telling me the World Series is not tougher to win?
I'm going to agree. I'm going to
162 games.
Okay. So then, what do you think is the hardest cup to win or trophy to win in sports?
You know what? I don't think you can really compare any of them.
We can't compare it. Here's what I'm going to say about that. One, basketball is more of an individual game, so I think it's more easier to win in basketball.
Well, let me tell you this.
Okay.
You're telling me if you're in the NBA, but LeBron James is in the NBA, and you're not on his team, it's easier to win?
Repeat that?
You're not playing on LeBron's team. Is that an easy trophy to win? Because you got to play against him to beat it?
It's tough.
Yeah, it's extremely tough.
Yeah.
The NHL has more underdogs than any other league. It's the most balanced sport, I'd say.
Balanced? Yeah, maybe. Well, I guess consecutively Pittsburgh's won 2 years in a row. And throughout the year, it's always Chicago, Pittsburgh, New York.
Well, look,
Boston.
Put it this way: either LeBron or Kobe has played in the finals the past 15 years, 10 years at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. It's up for these fucking experts to decide. I guess you got to have a suit and tie and be on national television for you to form an opinion.
I find hockey fans and the league itself are always trying to prove something about the sport because no one watches it.
Well, I'll go back to what Bill Burr said on Bill Simmons. He's like, nothing's wrong with the sport. It's fine. Keep it the way it is. People always have to hype up, it needs this, it needs that, it needs to get rid of fighting, it needs to be quicker, it needs to be wider. Just leave it alone. Yeah, it's a great sport.
But I'm more talking about people trying to post memes and stuff about why the sport is better than other sports.
Yeah, I hate that. I absolutely fucking hate that. And the athlete thing, it's like they're the better athletes than everyone else. It's no.
First off, skating is not
that difficult. It is difficult.
Actually, but when you know how to skate and you have skates on, it's you're gliding around half the time.
If you can skate, you can play hockey. It's not that difficult of a game.
So for someone who knows how to skate, it's much easier than running around on a court.
My argument with it is it's a difficult sport to play. I guess for a lot of people, we played at a high level of hockey, so it's hard for us to speak for the other half that don't really know how to play hockey that well. So let's give the people that are listening a little bit of a fair chance.
Yeah.
It is a tough game. You have to practice it a good percentage of your life in order for you to play at a high level. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Where I get pissed off about it is when people say that hockey players in general are better athletes than any other sport.
I know guys who we played hockey with who can't play any other sport. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is tough. It's a tough sport. You got to have great cardio. You have to have great lower body strength. You have to have a great core.
Yeah.
But when you look at guys that are playing football, linebacker, wide receiver, the speed, the quickness, the agility, and the acceleration that even soccer players that they have to have, and they're not even on skates. If you're a good skater, the advantage that you have against anyone else on the ice that's an average skater is incredible. If you look at a guy like McDavid or Crosby or who's another quick guy, McDavid. These guys are so good because they're so fucking quick, and they're not on feet. They're not on the fucking grass, cement, whatever. They're gliding out there. Yeah. Now, if you're playing soccer, football, basketball,
you're constantly moving your feet.
You're constantly moving your feet. You're on your legs. Your cardiovascular system has to be so much more.
Yeah.
It's just, but I guess it's just like anything. I guess if I played soccer my entire life, I would say, there's other sports that are, and I played hockey my whole life. I understand it's a difficult sport. You have to be in shape, but
you know why?
There's very fucking stereotypical people there that played hockey that fucking won't let up, and that fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, fucking let it go. But the reason hockey has that backseat role is just that's what it is because you never hear a football player saying that football is better than basketball or vice versa, or baseball saying they don't just play your sport.
Yeah.
If people don't like your sport, why do you care?
I agree.
All right.
I don't like the way hockey players are robots when it comes to interviews. I didn't like PK
Yeah.
Subban during the Stanley Cup playoffs. There was a lot of attention on him because he's the best defenseman on Nashville. But his body language out there.
Just keep going. I'm gonna fill my water up.
All right, I just wasn't a fan of it. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, world class. But his body language, what things he was saying to try to stir up the emotions against Crosby, against the Pens, I just don't think there is no need for that. Now, with that being said, I wish hockey players showed more emotion when it came to post game interviews or
The fact
even
no one
after.
had mentioned that goal.
Yeah,
Like
even that.
Nashville has had their season stolen from them.
Yeah.
Why
I like the NFL because there's players out there. Not like, trust me, like I think what some NFL players do in the offseason is terrible. The murder, the drugs, whatever the hell.
the murder, the drugs,
the raping, the hitting of the women, whatever the hell they do.
the striking of the females.
That's terrible. But there's some of them out there that are just real people that come from a community that obviously wasn't, in the best shape, and then they make a lot of money, and they have a little bit of attitude behind them, and they have a little bit of cockiness behind them, and I love that. I find hockey players are taught when they come into the league just to say as little as possible, play the game hard, and that's a great thing. It is great.
That's the thing, though. Hockey players, like we've played with people, and they're just as cocky as any other sport. They just don't show it in the interviews
because the players before them have had the level of respect for the players even before them. It's a humble sport when the cameras and the interviews and the people that matter are around. You know what I mean? It's people just it's almost like an illusion within a hockey team that you have to be this superhuman person.
Can we go back to that goal? You're telling me that...
Well, let's tell the people the goal you're talking about before you start talking about
everyone knows, Justin.
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup losing. The goal that Nashville had.
The ref shouldn't have blown the whistle.
You're telling me that the ref should not have the authority to call that a goal because he blew the whistle, but the whistle had nothing to do with that going in or not.
I honestly, Tom, I don't know what to say about that. I don't even know... You know how they go back to Toronto? Like, what's Toronto going to do? He shouldn't have blown it. That call is too... I don't even know what to say about that, Tom. I don't. I can't comment on it.
Give me one reason why
the whistle was blown.
No, but like what does that have to do with that going in or not? Like, nothing.
It doesn't have anything to do with it. It has everything, I guess, to do, but also has nothing to do with it. If the whistle was blown... Which it was. It's no goal, but the whistle was blown, so it's not a goal. If it wasn't blown, it would have been a goal, yes.
Yeah, I know what the rule is, Justin.
Well, I don't understand the question.
I'm saying, why can't that... I know he can't, but like they haven't updated that in the rule book. This is a fucking professional ref in the Stanley Cup Finals. He can't make a judgment call there and say, "Oh, that's a fucking goal." Like they had their whole season in the Stanley Cup Finals taken away from them.
Maybe that's why
because the ref does, or the NHL doesn't put fucking power in the ref's hand there.
Maybe that's why Gary Bettman got booed when he came out there to present the cup. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Terrible though. It's honestly that's the thing. Hockey. There's a couple rules within hockey that they have to fix. One of them is actually the clearing of the puck into the stands, game delay. That's a bad penalty that they have to fix within hockey. It's ridiculous. You think they mean though? But I'd say 9 times out of 10 they don't mean to shoot it over the boards.
That's another thing too. Like,
that's not a hockey play. Like, you don't get brought up.
You're telling me the ref can't make a judgment call and say, "Oh, he meant to do that." You can tell.
Yeah. If you've been around hockey and you've refed or played the game long enough, you're able to tell the body movement of a player if they mean to do something or not. And I also think that diving and embellishment in hockey is becoming worse and worse. Yeah. I agree with Don Cherry when he says things like this. This Stanley Cup Finals was bad.
Yeah.
There was a couple bad ones. That has to get out of the game. But it probably won't, because it's the players. Because we're just the people that talk about it. We can't control what goes on when the 10 players are on the ice.
I'm telling you, I need a seat on that board of directors.
You want to be on the players union?
Yeah. Did I tell you what happened to me? Yeah, 2 days ago?
What happened?
2 nights ago?
What happened?
I got home at about 11:30.
Okay.
I realized I forgot my keys at work.
Oh, no.
I ring the doorbell a couple times. No one answers. I'm on the second floor. So I had to take a ladder from behind the house and put it up to my window.
Are you fucking
and
serious?
break in my window. I go inside. My fucking roommate's standing there.
What the fuck? Why didn't you hear the doorbell?
He goes, oh, is that you ringing the doorbell? I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Wait.
What the fuck do you mean you didn't know?
Were you wearing your suit?
No.
That would have been a lot more funnier if you were wearing your suit.
It was pitch black, and the ladder, it's a huge ladder. I could barely carry it.
Were you drinking?
I had like 2 beer.
Yeah, 2 beers, 2 beer.
Yeah, and he goes, oh, sorry. It's like, what the fuck do you mean you didn't know? That's like, do you always know who it is when you hear the doorbell ring?
Is he going to be listening to this?
I don't care if he is.
You're upset at him.
Well, he did it again today.
Is he deaf?
No, he's not. He's fucking lazy.
You should talk to him. Sit him down. Don't confront him.
so sit him down and not
Sit
tell
him
him why
down.
I'm sitting him down.
Listen, buddy. The doorbell. Give him the history of the doorbell and what it means.
Yeah.
This is what it means when the doorbell rings.
And then, so I rang the doorbell a few times, and then I texted my landlord. I was like, are you home?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I'm just waking up. I was like, okay, I'm locked out. Can you let me in? And he goes, wait a minute, I'm not at home. I'm in a hotel room. He forgot that he passed out in a hotel room.
Oh, my God. Sounds like a classy bunch of people you're living with.
I thought that was funny.
For those of you that don't know, Tommy lives on the top floor, and right next to his top floor, there's a little bit of a balcony.
I live on an urban bee farm.
He lives right next to the beach, actually. His whole neighborhood smells like
Grapes.
Welch's grape juice. It's a rich neighborhood, a lot of grape growing. Anyways, the balcony next to him is owned by his, I guess, neighbor bedroom person, and he actually owns. Is it a bee farm or a hornet farm? Or is there such a thing? It must be a bee farm. There's no such thing as a hornet
farm. They look
farm.
like hornets.
Can a hornets collect honey?
I don't know. They get the yellow stripes. I figured that's what that meant.
I wonder if hornets and bees
get along.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, so
you think their parents are like, I don't want you dating any more bees. I don't want you dating a bee.
Hornets and bees just aren't getting along. So yeah, whenever Tommy needs honey, he just goes out onto the balcony there and just scoops up some fresh honey, picked up by the nectar and the bees. Now, do some of these bees ever get into the room, Tommy?
They did, but now I have
protective screen,
an air conditioner in my window, so it takes up the whole.
Oh, you got an air conditioner.
It's not. It works. It does the trick.
You didn't tell me about this.
It was just in the basement.
Oh, I thought you like went out and got one.
No.
So you're an air conditioned man, not a fan man. I respect that. Air conditioning does a job.
But it's called an air conditioner, but it's a fan.
Does it hook into the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Does it have 2 fans spinning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one.
It's fucking. It keeps the room.
It does something.
It stops the room from like overheating.
Yeah.
But it's still not.
Yeah.
Like I like my room ice cold.
Really? Yeah, I guess.
I want to see my breath.
When you're sleeping at night, do you like it cold in the room with a bunch of blankets?
Yeah.
Because you can
I like
control.
the cocoon.
Yeah, me too. I like the cocoon because you can control your body temperature with the blankets.
Yeah.
Pillow situation.
I have, you know what I like about my pillow situation? I have 2 pillows. One's like your basic pillow, and the other one's like a big fluffy one. So whatever I'm feeling at the time.
Which one do you usually put on your head? The fluffy one, or
usually the fluffy?
Why fluffy? Just sinks in more.
It's a comfier pillow.
I have a rule when I sleep: if your neck and your spine are aligned, everything will be fine. So when you sleep and everything is aligned, you're gonna be fine. I just repeated that, and it's been working for me for a good 5 years.
Things are fine, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm a big. I need another pillow just to put my arm over.
Yeah,
you know, I need that grasp. Oddly enough, like
Don't you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, but she's a grasper too, and you know the body. Like
do you both grasp separate pillows?
Yeah, we both have separate pillows because you got to.
Do you switch the pillow up sometimes?
Well, here's the thing: we both have a fluffy and we both have a firm, and we actually both sleep on the fluffy and we both hold the firm.
That's what I do.
Because like we hold each other for like 5-10 minutes maybe, but then we get too hot.
Yeah,
it's uncomfortable, and then it's just you get sweaty.
The bedtime cuddle never works out.
We cuddle, but for like 5 minutes, and then we say we're gonna watch a movie,
and you never watch.
We watch like 10 minutes of it.
I've tried to watch countless movies with you guys, and 10 minutes in, you guys just walk away.
It's like that with my dad too. Every time he wants to watch a movie with my mom, we'll watch it for 10 minutes and then leave. Just go watch hockey or something. I think it's within the Belanger DNA. Are you good with movies? I don't think you're good with movies.
What do you mean?
You stay through a movie? I just don't feel you're a movie guy in general.
I don't watch that many movies, but I mean, not like I don't watch them. And if I watch a movie, unless it's horrible, I'll finish it.
Have you ever gone to a movie theater to watch a movie, obviously, and left during the movie because it was bad?
I feel like I have, but I forget what movie.
Yeah, it's a terrible feeling. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of your day. You know that feeling when you come out of a movie theater and you walk into the sunlight and you feel kind of weird, like you did something wrong, like you're missing something?
I don't see that many movies in theater.
When I was younger, I used to go to a lot of movies. I used to sneak into a lot of movies. I don't think I paid for a movie till I was 20.
I tell you, I got caught sneaking into a movie when I was like 18.
What did they do? What did they do?
Me and Chad Davis, they did like drag us out. They didn't drag us out, but they like
they pushed you along.
Yeah.
You ever been caught?
18 years old.
18 years old. You ever drink while going to a movie theater?
I've countless times.
Yeah, it's fun. I brought a little Mickey or rum in, mix it with some Coke, sit back, watch Batman. It's a good time.
Which Batman?
The Dark Knight.
See, to me, that's not a drinking movie.
What? What's a drinking movie to you? Like a comedy?
Yeah. Like I remember drinking at Jackass too. I was young.
Yeah, well I remember going to see Project X. Remember that movie?
You loved that movie. It was such a bad movie.
And
look how cool the party is, man.
I remember my life changed after that day. I was a different man.
Why?
Well, I was really the same guy. I just went downtown after. You go to that movie and you come out of the theater. It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's like, I got to go downtown. It's a fantastic flick.
You know what? Going downtown, that's not like a thing in every city. That's because not every city's drinking scene is necessarily downtown.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You know, when we were 19, 20, going to like a club was a thing. Going to like the club, you got to party, get it out of your system.
Yeah.
Do you you know how clubs are kind of becoming on the not so much mainstream? It's more hipster bars. And
yeah.
Do you think that the up and coming 19, 20-year-olds are going to lean towards clubs, or do you think they're going to lean towards more hipster bars and things that are kind of catching on now?
I think the clubbing is inevitable at a young age, but I think they're going to transition into the hipster.
Well, that's just like
beer a little quicker than we did, though.
Okay, yeah, you're right, because it did take for at least 23, 24, and now 25 for me to switch over to it.
Yeah.
And it's not even that I don't know. I guess I did enjoy going to the club. It was fun when you were young. I always found it the most fun when it was after a hockey game, after a win, going with the guys. That was when it was the best.
Yeah.
You know, because you worked hard, you celebrated because you won.
You worked hard, you battled for the big dub.
It was always fun going out drinking to
Left
the
it all
club
on the ice.
when you put a good. If you get like it was always fun for me whenever I got like a good exam mark back or test mark back or something. Just knowing I did good in the public eye of society. I did something that they wanted. So then going to the club was what I wanted. You never felt guilty waking up.
I deserve this.
I do deserve this. Those are the best moments in life, when you work your ass off and then you sit down for a bit. To me, at least. That's fantastic.
We've been going for 28 minutes.
That flew by. We gotta bring these to an hour soon. I think we bought 2 more microphones. We just need 2 more outlets for the microphones. So once
we'll have 4 microphones.
Then we'll have 4 microphones. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna get some guests on here soon, within the Vancouver area. So if you're listening to this and you're a comedian,
Ryan Reynolds,
and you're or a person that could teach Tommy and I a thing or two, be looking in your Instagram.
Did you watch that video? Cost us
I couldn't find it. Like
he gave us a link.
Yeah, but I wanted to watch it on my laptop, and I didn't want to type in the URL. I didn't want to go www. So I couldn't find it. What was it about?
You know what I hate? It's boring. Boring to talk about. I hate when I'm like at work and like someone will tell me what link to go to, but they add all like the little like you know how when you go to a website it says www.whatever.com or ca, and then there's slashes.
Yeah, you don't need that www stuff.
No, but like the slashes at the end too.
Yeah,
and it's. I remember I used to have a supervisor, and if I didn't type it exactly how she had it on the sheet, she would like say no, go back and put the W's in.
So that's a person that takes their job extremely serious, or they just don't know.
That's a person who doesn't realize that, hey, I might know a little bit more about technology than
you think
he or she may.
How old is she?
Older.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why.
it's not her fault.
But and like the website, and she gave me like, it was like a long ass one with like numbers and like letters in it, and I was like, you don't need any of that. Just slash whatever, and that's how we get there.
How many more years before you think we will not need bank tellers?